feeling just like the Cannon Gnar handshake.
I think the Gnar in this draft, with all the other frontline they have in terms of engage, is pretty strong, but it will be the Sylas to come through. So likely we'll just push that Yone into the top lane. I say that because put into Zeus' hands here on the swap. So interesting to see this. Sylas is not really in a great spot right now in terms of his power level. Has been significantly nerfed. I mean, it was reworked to make him more of a brawler, but that doesn't really suit how this meta plays out. They throw us a curveball.
Curveballs coming in from every which direction. Let's jump out of the rip for game number 1.
You know, we'll see what he can get done elsewhere on the map, of course. Not just going to be a sitting rat is going to be able to help Youngjae clear this jungle.
Stuff like that. We do have Youngjae down here alongside of level 1 Palu. Oh, there's level 2. Okay, he's got it. So, but Keria is here. As I mentioned before, you know, it's just a support here when the wave is going to crash. This time, though, it's Owner in the top lane, and Morgan's in a lot of trouble. That is a very easy first blood, as Guma also will pick that one up himself.
I mean, the misboard.
Yeah.
As over here, a bit of a trade.
Well, the knockup is not going to hit, and now Paulo in a bit of a rough spot, gets exhausted, and Guma's just so strong right now. He's got a pickaxe, and he's going to pick up a second kill. Yeah, that was Paulo not respecting the MF.
Yeah, that was also up here in the top lane. Youngjae looking for a pick, but Owner's here as well.
Oh, but the flash on in, Zeus has to flash away. It's one auto away, but he gets out just barely.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty significant. No gold going over to either of these, you know, top half of the map. Jungler or top laner, Morgan or Youngjae, but it does.
Yeah. There is also Youngjae, who is looking for the angle here. He is going to hit it, forces Owner to flash away.
We did carry and push him away. I don't think T1 wants to force a fight here without Faker having prio into this cannon, but they're grouping.
Yeah, it seems like they really don't want to give it away. As ult into Envy, he is so low. And one grub already going to go over to the Rakan, but T1 do take control of this area. So 4 grubs over to Bro. They're going to like that. Whereas T1 will only get the 2, but Youngjae still shadowing towards the top side. Will be spotted here. He's only got carry on the top side of the map as Bro look for this dive, but Cannon ultimate available for Zeus. Not easy to dive into this one, but he is going to throw it out as the other Cannon ultimate comes out from the Cannon, and Zeus is going to live, and now Keria comes in. Zeus does go down, but Keria will trade one back. Meanwhile, Owner's just taking a Drake.
And Palu not able to impact this play at all, and Keria's
right. I mean, we've seen MFs really kind of pop off, and look at the damage he's doing to mid as well. I mean, nobody's here, and Guma's just, it almost feels like they're just trying to ignore the MF. They're like, yeah, just pretend.
He is in place to take some additional damage, but it will be enough to at least stave off the pressure.
So Yone is definitely one of those picks that's hard to lock down, but they are able to do it with the Rakan and the Sejuani, but will they dive and get the kill? No, they will not. Faker just flashes that one off. And it's a huge committal for Bro, and they don't get much outside of the flash. I feel like Owner as well is really beginning to chunk. As Zeus is going to get dove again. He has Cannon ult again. This is not an easy dive, but maybe this time they get it. But all 3 members are stunned under the turret as Zeus finally goes down. As Faker trying to get this punish onto the Cannon. Morgan very, very low. And he's just not going to throw an ult in, just rebinds as Morgan barely gets away.
But it's not quite, so that's a big boon here for Bro. Still, advantage T1 at this current game state, and they're going top again. Hey, it was the way that we saw the last series almost go away from D+, and now Bro's taking the same strat.
It's a Chemtech Drake, so they're like, yeah, okay, cool story. We'd like the gold instead, and they will get it. I mean, there's not much that, you know, Faker and Keria can do here against 3. Especially when Fate's in a really nicely farmed spot himself and has that Trinity Force completed. Gonna get that Muramana here.
As we do see Zeus rotating up as well. T1 are gonna use this Herald very late to guarantee this turret, which is significant for Baron takes, which will be coming up in the next few minutes. With the damage that this MF already has and the inherent safety she has with that BT. And, you know, Bro are really just This is a
Maybe
classic.
don't go in on that. That's scary.
Hey, did some nice damage in Ikaria. Paulo looking for the angle. They found Owner on the left side. They still have the cannon on the flank. The flash comes out from Owner, but will he get away from this one? The true shot barrage will land, and so will the Q. And now we got Carry in a really rough spot as well. Guma super low as he will be taken down. Nice ult from Faker, but it only hits Young Jae, and that is not nice at all. Down he will go as well. He's so low, the flash comes in from Fate. And at least, you know, Faker gets away with his life, but man, that is a big fight here for Bro to come back in this game.
Absolutely. Gold lead here significantly diminished. Zeus got the cannon ult. He's looking for something, and he's gonna find it.
That is gigantic. I thought he was just gonna go for the backing Sejuani, but I suppose this was the better target, taking out the Ezreal.
Oh, wait, he's not done yet.
Mega Cone? He's going back in. He's got an ult, and well, he's 1v3, so he's just dead.
Okay, well
it looks very cool, but that was not cool in the end.
Like T1 definitely could have been a little bit more careful with how they walked out of that one, but Bro now going to set up again.
And you see Faker's going for a trade here on a Young Jae. The rest of the team not really in position to punish Faker's Unbound Soul, so he just hops back. Now Palu is in no man's land, but due to Mega Cones, he's actually going to get away. So
Calculated.
that's one way to use the Chemtech Rift.
Yeah, but that could be relevant later.
Yeah.
It's not seen. T1 are going to say, all right, well, we'll take the Chemtech Soul. Some of those extra resistances and damage numbers will still be valuable for them. They'll also get the Elder spawning. As Envy's going to try for the steal. When you look at this setup here for Bro, they're removing a lot of T1's vision. Like, T1 don't get this dragon for free. It is going to cost them a lot of Baron control. They still have this Scuttle Crab. Can't see the cannon, though.
Yeah, I mean, they could start it, but at the end of the day, T1 are right there. So, yeah, definitely looking for the turn, and T1 have recognized this. Well, they've got this playbook that's got like 2 plays, you know? And T1 are kind of reading it. As now we're going to get the sleep down onto Fate. He's in a lot of trouble as the Mega Cone gets him away. And, well, he's just going to die anyway to the MF ult zoning, and down he goes as I was about to lose my mind.
Well, I think that they probably
Well, with exhaust and flash, so.
Zeus, I don't think he should get a punish here. He's going for it.
He's got the Slicing Maelstrom. He's going to get in there. The TP will be channeled by Fate, but can he get here on time? The True Shot Barrage does help do a bit of damage here to Zeus. Can he get out? He's going back in. He's got MF, and that's going to force the flash out of Fate, but here comes Envy. Will clean up the kill onto Zeus. As a kind of crazy fight in the bottom lane.
Morgan
Doing
decides
that from a safe distance. As here goes Faker in on a Morgan, who is going to take a huge chunk already. Going to spot him on the flank, as Faker, though, is going to get flashed on, and he gets away. Palu not able to connect onto the Yone.
Faker down.
Start up the Dragon here for T1.
Faker down flash, I was going to say, but not ult, and then that happened. So he's down ult as well. Envy here, level 16, looking for the flanking cannon. Morgan's coming over on the left side. Can they sandwich T1? Zeus holding guard. I don't think they can get in. Young Jae
gonna get this one started, but Carry on the counter engage, catches 2, and Fate and Ezreal here. Envy just both get clobbered on the backside of that one. T1 absolutely clean up. It's a triple for Owner. So as I said at the beginning, just very quietly having a consistent game.
And it's just a disastrous fight for Bro. They put the cannon so far away. And in T1, we have the easy call as Young Jae goes in. They set up the engage for them. They don't need a Yone. All they need is Carrier. And T1 win the fight, win the Elder, and will take game 1. Pretty slow and steady wins the race here by T1. As Paulo is the only one who can watch on as the Nexus falls. Not T1's flashiest game, but they get it done in the end.
Guys in the booth for Bro. I'm not sure what's going on there, as it was just a massive fall off once it got to that last fight. So maybe Edgar said, well, that wasn't the fight, guys. You were doing well until then. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah,
because that's kind of what the game felt like.
Yeah, I did feel that. This is perhaps more comfortable with this pick. It does have some synergy with the Sejuani. So does the GP, but anyways. The Yone Jace setup here is very awkward. You can just chip away at health to get it done with this draft in game 2.
Well, let's see what happens as we hop into the rift for game 2.
I think you have to be versatile enough to play it if you're going to be a top contender. The jungle is going to path. I don't think Guma can skirt this. Will be seen.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, there's just no way. to get past
Carrier
this. Gets there. Otherwise, Carrier's just going to kind of sit around. He's going to be spotted by this Scryer's Bloom. And now that's 3 plates going over to Bro.
I don't think Carrier can be here.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting a little bit of help for him, not just for the level 1 Rel to, well, run at the turret. So he's going to be zoned away from XP.
Zeus, Carrier would not like him to, so he's going to come over here and suss this out. They don't have vision, but they're very aware of the possibility.
Spotted pretty late, actually, as Guma probably going to have to flash away from this one. Nope, just going to cleanse, but the sun comes in onto Carrier, taking a bunch of poke himself.
Dodging both of those Qs, actually pretty huge. A lot of lost damage there, and a bit of a delay on concussive blows to come through. Able to trade anything back as Owner shows up. As level 6 himself. Pay attention to this level 6.
He has 51 CS. He's just been power farming. And he hasn't done anything else this game, and guess what? It's a very similar first blood this time.
Especially if Guma is close to 6. I don't think he is. Envy just hit his.
Yeah, not quite. Guma's going to back away from the duo as he still has his flash. As now the engage comes on in. Guma is going to be stunned and eventually goes down, but this is a lot that they have to commit to here. They do just trade 1 for 1. You can say that it does have a pretty massive lead up there.
Less useful to have it on the Sejuani, but still relevant, as he does have his Zeeks already completed. And did have that level 6 for the gank, as this is scary.
Yeah, just trying to face check into this one. Now Poppy and Braum are very impactful, but the door finally gets held here, but it's still a ton of damage going into everybody as they just stand in it behind the door. But man, they did quite a lot. As now Envy trying to peel here, as we do get the flash away from Young Jay.
Very scary moment there on both sides.
We've seen this before, and MF just getting plates by himself.
Yeah, and that is Zeus getting plates by himself in the top lane. Jace will get all of them.
Yeah. And, well, a little bit of a flurry of attacks in the mid lane. But at the end of the day, this 1v1 is going to happen once again. Guma doesn't have his ult, actually. He's taking a lot of damage already as Envy is looking to take this trade, but eventually does elect to back away. And Rain comes down. Guma's still very low on mana. And Envy might look to push the issue here, as here comes Palu looking to land a Q of his own, and it's just going to be Envy and also an assist given over to Palu.
Yeah, Envy to maybe get something back, but then over here, let's see what he has to say during this play, because he knows he can W through.
That's what he said. He said, I'm fighting.
And they're all going to check to see if Carrier is rotating over. You can see on the map they have no vision of where Carrier is, so very scary.
And Envy plays this very well. You never want to just sit in range of the MF autos. You want to be in and out as the Ezreal with a lot more mobility.
Use through the minions and hit those auto attacks as Envy. They get punished.
Yeah, Envy going for the cleanse as another stun is going to land. And that is just easily collected by Zeus, who is quite fast on the Jace. As now Paolo's like, wait, where is everybody? Why am I here alone? What happened? Where am I? He is dead. That's a double kill now for Zeus, who has 3 in the game.
Anything here, the observers are scaring us with the vision toggle. Is somebody hiding behind?
Yeah, I mean, Carrier was there. I don't think he is there.
Oh, he is.
He's still here. The long-term gambit, as this is a Corki with flash. So we'll see if he can get out of this one. Yeah, he just, well, presses his flash ability.
In my game 2 of Bro versus T1 round 2 2024 LCK Summer.
They just don't really have a good answer except bringing the whole team over to stop it, which this time they have. Basically the whole team. 4 members, and Zeus just runs away. Flash comes in from Paolo, and now Faker's going to get a big engage. Does get hit away, but now has to come back. Very awkward for him, but he still has his flash, and now they're looking to turn it as the MF ult is going to get some nice damage down and really just taxi the rest of Bro away from this fight. As T1 still on the chase here, Zeus is gigantic. Really hit the shot blast. There it is. Goes on to the Jax as Morgan, another one to fall.
I mean, this game is essentially just a wash. I mean, it's a tough matchup for the Jax. By a little bit, I mean, they lost 0-2 to Nongshim in just one series. No shade on losing to Gen G, because everybody's lost to Gen G. But
it feels like maybe the one person that Morgan could kill is Faker, and now he's got some help from Fate to come on over. Faker's so low, and he will be taken out with that empowered auto. Morgan super low himself, just gonna walk it off, but now he's just gonna disengage with that one.
Use more resources than T1 have to use, so look at this. Zay is pushing top. Well,
oh, that's not gonna work. Nice try, I guess, but yeah, I don't know. He's gonna flash, and again, engage Braum isn't a thing. We know this.
Yeah,
and they're not gonna extend down the lane.
The gold lead here is just so massive. And they even get this inner in the bottom. I mean,
Yeah.
every time you
Meanwhile-
look at Bro doing a thing, T1 are doing an equal or greater thing on the other side of the map.
Yeah. Do you think
Yeah,
T1
I would say so.
100%.
Does he get a third item in this game?
That's another question. That was a nice slow, actually. Make it rain onto 3 people. Guma is very much out of position, but so is Youngjae. He's just going to be taken down, and Guma just blasts away. Meanwhile, the rest of Bro is just on the run as in comes Carrier, gets an engage on a 2, but the Braum is doing a good job on the disengage. Not going to help out Envy here as he goes down to Faker's max range ultimate. Going to land it this time. And that is 3 kills over to the side of T1 as they are really running away with this game too.
They may have lost to Valdez. It looks like this team is crushing Bro the way you would have expected them to do if you looked back, if you turned back time to before that Gen G series, before the Nongshim series.
Yeah.
This is the T1 dominance that people expected when they saw the strength of schedule. And a win here for T1 all but guarantees. Turrets left to take on the map, to be frank with you, Valdez.
Yeah.
They're going for inhibitors now.
And this time in this game, you know, Bro, they hit a similar, oh no. I thought he was out. I was like, man, Fate, you're okay, right? Okay, flash away, actually, he's playing it very well.
I mean, this teleport, though, means...
Goes back in, and actually, Seja's just gonna die. It's 1,000 gold to Corky, but meanwhile...
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The TP means, guess what? Inhib's down. This is Bro, like, every time you think they got a thing, T1 got Cryo on the bottom side. Soul Point is potentially on the cards.
Oh, whoa! Did Bro even realize? They're like, oh crap, we gotta get out of here. What do we do? Giga Chad goes for the engage, I guess, as now the front line is just being bombarded by MF as everybody comes in. Faker now is gonna join the fight, looking for the ult. Everybody backs away, and now Morgan's just gonna be bullied in this front line, taken out as a lot of low health bars. We'll see if T1 do want to continue on this. Looks like they do. Envy gonna dodge the shock blast. And the siege kind of lackluster from here.
Yeah, I mean, the secondary front line is Guma's ult, and he kept them at bay with that one. They did not have a fun time in the bullet time, and now with the teleport through, T1 looking to take a second inhibitor down and potentially even more super minions in the bottom lane. 2 of them stacked up here. They may be able to siege to end.
Yeah, I mean, Zeus is level 15, and he's just kind of parading through the base right now, like just waiting for the mid-wave to come in and seeing if anyone's stuck around with low health. Now, okay, there's somebody with low health. He just healed from the fountain, but now he's low health from your shock blast. But either way, T1, they get the inhibitor. They don't have Baron. They're not going to overstay their welcome. But Bro really want to get something out of this, but they just will not be able to.
I mean, T1 has nothing left to take. It's like a Chemtech Soul Point. There's no more turrets. Yeah, he almost dies. But there's no more turrets for them to grab.
Like, the Bros gave it their all, and they're not done yet. They've got a TP behind T1.
I mean, Faker is trying to end the game meanwhile.
This is one way, I guess, to engage, as they are going to get Harriet out. That doesn't really do much. Here comes Faker. Is going to find the backline. Just assassinates Envy. That is how far ahead they are, as finally Morgan comes in, but even MF, Guma's just going to ult him in the face and just put an end to this game number 2, as Bros have suffered enough, and T1 are back on the horse. They get 2-0'd, but now they 2-0 Bro, and they're looking back in form, as they will take this 2-0 tonight.
2-0. Game 1 a little rough around the edges. Game 2, a little bit more fun here from T1.
Maybe that is what it was.
It's hard with the mask on to tell who's talking.
I mean, to be honest, for me, Zeus was the cool guy in this one. Fate did actually an insane amount of damage.
Fate played super well. I feel like in an even game state, this was definitely a winnable game for Bro.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Jason for the POG interview translation, joined by Gumayusi and Zeus after their victory up against OK Savings Bank Brion, ending their losing streak. Congratulations on the win, guys. Gumayusi, with this 2-0 win, T1 ended the losing streak. How do you feel? I was very, very sad after losing the previous match, but I think it's a good bounce back in terms of our performance, you know. A clean 2-0 win will be a huge boost for us. What about you, Zeus? Same, you know. Losing the previous match was definitely not easy, so I was not feeling, you know, my best. But it feels great to pick up a win here and also pick up a POG after a pretty long time. I think T1 must have had a lot of feedback and discussions after the losing streak. What did you focus on? A lot of things to discuss internally, but we're just trying to seek for the best direction for us, you know. And Zeus. We had Yone for Faker and Silas for you. These aren't typically favorite picks for T1, so what was the reason behind those two picks? First off, Yone recently got a lot of buffs, and Faker has been practicing Yone in scrims a lot. And Silas, just looking at the enemy's comp, as long as Silas can get through lane, he can pop up in the later phase. And then that Silas pick definitely worked very well. And Guma, you have been using Misfortune a lot recently. Why do you prefer Misfortune these days? MF also got a buff recently, and LPL. It's actually being very prioritized. Even some teams pick it in the first phase of the pick and ban, and we tried it in the practice games, and we thought it's pretty viable, so we wanted to give it a shot today. And here's a replay where MF was able to pick up early kills and scale very fast. What was the main focus in this game as MF? So I got to pick up multiple kills early on, so I knew that we have a lot of priority in the bottom lane. So we wanted to add more pressure up against the enemy's Ezreal in order to, you know, keep pushing the lane. Also, in the first game, we had lane swap happening on all three lanes, and as a Misfortune, you were just standing in the mid lane to support your teams. Were you expecting a POG there? Well, I am not on the POG leaderboard, so I was not expecting a POG win here today, but I figured that I was the POG, and I was pretty happy. And then, game 2, Zeus, you picked Jace up against Jax. And then T1 opted into a lane swap. So what kind of strategy did you guys kind of go for? Jace is a champion that has to win lane, you know. He's not supposed to lose out in the laning phase, and also we were aware that Bro's early level comp is pretty strong, so we were pretty much ready for the reaction play, and I think we were able to kind of play out the laning phase really well in the end. And then I want to take a look at this replay where you were able to make a perfect cover to the bottom lane and pick up double kill. So it was a little bit risky in the beginning, but Faker already made a call that's going in for a TP to help the team, and then we were able to kind of absorb the aggro and then re-initiate the team fight. And Jace, you definitely is the skin owner of that champion, and recently we are seeing Jace here and there in the current meta. When is the perfect time for Jace to be picked? It depends on the champion matchup, you know. Looking at the laning phase, you know, you have to be aware if he can win the lane in order to win the side lanes and exert more pressure. And then later today, after the POG interview, you and Faker are scheduled to appear on the Lolly Night today. I'm also going to be joining as a special guest, so we're going to have some fun. Are you ready for it? Well, I'll do my best. Any words to the fans to make sure they tune in? Make sure to tune in to the Lolly Night after a little bit once the stream goes off. Kumayusi, you're going to stay tuned as well? Yeah, everyone, don't miss that. Haha. And with today's win, T1's playoff chances have risen to 98%, and your remaining regularly seasoned opponents are Kwangdong Freaks and BNK Fear X. This will be a very important matches for T1. What are your resolutions for the playoffs? I think our main focus is improving our performance, because playoffs is just around the corner. So I know our fans are pretty much worried about our form right now. So I want to focus on our performance in order to become stronger and come back stronger for playoffs. The remaining matches are up against our potential playoffs opponents, and it's our last week to kind of bounce back and improve and step up as a team. So I want to promise that we will come back stronger next week. And this will be the end of the interview from the T1 POGs, and back to the space. Thank you.